All right, so imagine how definitive the prophecy was that in the last days, God will come. And what he will do, defined and given to Prophet Isaiah, and clearly told, he will come to teach. And we will have a duty to walk in his path, to follow him. And that he is the one that will judge. Fast forward from the time of Elijah to when John was in the Isles of Patmos. Let's hear Revelation chapter 3, verses 11 and 12. It says again, he that overcometh. Who is he that overcometh? It is only God that overcomes the enemy.
Yes.
It's only our Lord Jesus Christ that has overcome. So again, the picture is painted of the Christ. What he will be, what he will look like. In the mighty name of our Lord, since the number of
Amen.
Amen.
Revelations of St. John the Divine, chapter 3, verses 11 and 12. Behold, I come quickly.
Yes.
Hold that which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my God, and I will write upon him my new name.
I will write upon him my new name. He declares the he, that when God comes into the world, we will see he has a new name on him, which only he knows. And not only he has a new name, he comes with his city. He comes with his people. God comes to rule. God is born into the world of man to fulfill the scriptures. And all his children are also caused to be born into the world. His hierarchy are made to be born with him. So come to rule the whole world now and even forevermore.
Amen. And that means if he's coming to rule, we must live in peace.
Yes.
We must live in happiness.
Yes.
You know, a question I remember, this issue came up in 1957 when the Holy Father gathered the brethren. Now we are coming together. They used to call it Obu's Prayer House, down Eton by the waterside.
Yes.
He said, now, what name shall we call this our place? He said, when people are sitting together, they are not having acrimony, you offend each person, you're forgiven, you have understanding, there's no bitterness, no hatred, people are living in peace and love for one another. What do they practice? He said they are brothers. It's okay. That means they are brotherhood. The name was taken down.
Yes.
Now, what makes them to live together? Because whenever you stay together, there must be misunderstanding.
Yes.
Your strength is the other person's weakness. The other person's strength is your weakness.
Yes.
Some do not quarrel, but they can lie through the teeth.
Yes.
Some cannot lie, but they gossip like no man business.
Yes.
But when, despite all this, you can still come together. What keeps you together? It is love. You say, yes, Papa. And what brought about that love? Say, our Lord Jesus Christ. How did he do it? By carrying the cross. So the cross came in. That when you can bear your brother's burden, tolerate one another, accommodate each other's idiosyncrasies,
yes.
Look at your differences and say, okay, no problem, he's my brother.
Yes.
You're bearing your brother's cross.
Yes.
He said, when you have an environment like that, everybody's in peace with one another. There is joy, there is happiness, there's everything. Who dwells in that place? He said it is the Christ. And what is Christ? Christ is the star.
Yes. Yes.
So in that place where everyone is together, there is concord, there is peace. And if that can be replicated across the human family, if you look at the United States of America, that's a classic case. You have Brotherhood of the Cross and Star teachings will even flourish.
Yes.
We have different languages. Every dream is coming to America.
Yes.
Every vision is heading to America. Every crook is coming to America. Every psychopath is coming to America. Every pervert is coming to America. Every holy man, everything is coming. So it's a potpourri of people. And how do they coexist? Because whether you like it or not, you must come together. It's either you meet in the mall, or you meet in disco places, or you meet in churches, or you meet in schools. And for you to come together and to be able to exist, there must be the brotherhood of life, where you don't see each person according to the color of the skin. Because the color of the skin in the brotherhood of life is like the painting on a master artist's board. You know, when Pablo Picasso or Leonardo da Vinci or Michelangelo or Rubens are painting a masterpiece, you see the black color, you see the white color, you see the red color, brown, blue, mauve, peach, orange, all the colors put together create a beautiful masterpiece. So in that brotherhood of life, all our colors and our differences make up the beauty of God's masterpiece. But when we start isolating that masterpiece, we create disorder in the harmony of creation. So what he made us to understand is very simple. We are part of one another. Even in the world of crime, can you see what is taking place now? In the world of crime, the Western affluent men, due to their Sybaritic existence, have damaged their internal organs. The liver is getting damaged, the kidney is getting damaged, the heart is having problems, and so on and so forth. Now they are shopping for healthy liver, healthy hearts, healthy kidneys, and so on and so forth. Where are they shopping them from? Africa. Why does a wealthy Caucasian white in America need the healthy liver of a black man to live? If you are not one, can the body of a white man accommodate the liver of a black man? Can the body of an Asian accommodate the kidney of an African? Can the body of an European accommodate the part of an African? To show that we are all one family. That all we're looking at is a facade. The African has broad nose, thick lips, the features are designed in another way, the hair are made to be curly and kinky. The other one has a straight nose, thin lips, the head is made to be silky. Then the complexion of the skin is toned to be bright. Then the other one, the complexion is dusky. They say it has melanin, this one doesn't have melanin, and so on and so forth. Even in the blood transfusion, they don't look at the owner of the blood. All they look at is whether it matches. When they check the indices that will establish compatibility, what do? They transfuse the blood. So even if you segregate against the other man, and the blood is in your system, you're still in the same old soup. You know, there's this idea the father gave one, they call it the philosophy of the soup pot. You know the philosophy of the soup pot? You want to cook your soup. You go to the market, you buy your spinach, maybe from a black woman's farm somewhere in Dakota. You buy your seasoning, it's from one Chinese factory, somewhere in Peking or Shanghai. You go and buy this other condiment, it's from an Indian factory, somewhere in a remote part of Northeast India or South or West or Central India. The oil you use may come from Africa. Everything you assemble, your meat, beef, whatever you want to use to cook it. When you gather all these things that had the sweat and the blood and the tissue and the flesh of all these people, because you don't know where they were planted, whether it is in their graveyard that fed on their corpses. When the woman was packaging in the farm, whether she cut herself and the blood poured into the ground, and all made up the things you gathered. You put them on your table in the kitchen, dice them all together, follow your cooking procedure, and after 20-30 minutes, you test it. Oh, you have a delicious meal. You serve it to the family table, everybody join in and eat with happiness. Now, when you finish eating the blood and the sweat of people from all the walks of life, and you pick gun to shoot at one, or pick a dagger to stab at the other one, or demonstrate hatred at this one or the other, what are you doing? You're killing yourself. Because the blood is in your blood.
Yes.
So the most fundamental and unique practice of brotherhood is on our kitchen table.
Yes.
There, the brotherhood of life is perfected.
Yes.
We eat it into our system. So when you hate your brother, after eating his words, you hate yourself. If you destroy him, you destroy yourself. In the unity of life, whatever we're fighting for today, what affects the African is affecting the American,
yes,
the European, the Australian, the Asian, no matter your religion in life, it is one. And nobody, according to the people who say they've gone to the great beyond, has ever gone and come back and said when they got there, there was a white heaven, a black heaven, an Asian heaven, a Muslim heaven, a Hindu heaven, a Buddhist heaven, a Christian heaven, or an atheist heaven, or whatever. But they say all of them gather in one place. Matthew 25 from verse 31 to 45, he said he will gather them, the sheep on the right and the goats on the left. To the sheep he said, come, you that is beloved of my Father, Come and receive that which is prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Say, for I was hungry, you fed me. Naked, you clothed me. Sick and in prison, you visited me. In the hospital and so on. He said, Master, when saw we thee in these conditions and do this to you? He said, inasmuch as you have done it to this least fortunate of my brethren, you have done same to me.
Yes.
The other ones he rejected because they did not do such. They said, but we never saw you. How can I see you, the master, and I did not do it to you? He said, because you did not do it to this least fortunate of my brethren, you've not done same to me too. So in the brotherhood of life, we're interwoven. We're interconnected, we're interrelated, and we are one. That is why Brotherhood of the Cross and Star is different from all the others.
Yes.
The Father came to teach the practice of the real brotherhood of life, where we'll be Christ in manifest, in form, in attitude, and in behavior. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen.